Let's look at how to solve proportions which contain fractions. If you're not already part of my subscribers and you'd like to follow my daily lectures, press subscribe below. And you can also use my YouTube channel to catch up on anything which you may have missed. I have videos from grade 1 all the way to senior school. To help you daily, just subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Okay, let's get on with the examples which I have prepared here. So we're going to look at how to solve proportions which have fractions in them. And it's not as difficult as it sounds. So let's look at an example quickly on the next screen. Okay, so we have here now 3 over 8 is in proportion to 1/6 over x. Okay, and you can see there's the fraction. So we're still going to do exactly what we've learned in previous lectures. We are going to cross multiply like that. So let's do the first one. 3x, because 3 times x is 3x. And on the other side of the equal sign, we're going to write 1/6 times 8. 1/6 times, and 8 is a whole number, so we're going to write it over 1 since we're working with a fraction here, just to keep things simple, times 8 over 1. Right, so now we can quickly start simplifying the fractions just to make life a bit simpler. We can see that 2 can go into 6 3 times, and 2 can go into 8 4 times. So let's rewrite it as 3x equals what this comes to here, 4 over 3. Oops, let me just make a better line there. 4 over 3. Now our next job is to isolate x. We don't want 3x, we want x. So we're going to do that by dividing by 3 on this side. And because we're going to divide by 3 on this side, it means we're going to invert it and times it by 1 over 3. Because that's the inverse for divide. Times by 1 over 3. Okay, so now we have here cancel out, and we're going to times this part out. We're going to end up with 4 over 9, and this on this side here becomes just an x because those two have cancelled out. So we're going to say x is equal to 4 over 9. Now your answer didn't work out as a perfect answer. It doesn't always. As long as you stick to your rules, you ended up with a fraction. And this fraction cannot be simplified any further because they do not share any greatest common factors. The numerator and the denominator do not share. So you leave your answer as x equals 4 over 9. Now let's look at one that works out nicely. Let's look at another one. We have here 1/2, there's our fraction, over x. So that's the one side of the proportion, and here's the other side. And we're going to cross multiply. So we're going to go like that and like that. Let's write the first one down. We'll do 2x on this side of the equal sign. And then we're going to go 1/2 times 8 over 1, because 8 is a whole number. We're going to write it as a fraction. 1/2 times 8 over 1. Right, so we can do a little bit of simplifying first before we go further. 2 will go into itself once and into 8 4 times, which means on this side we now have 4 over 1, which is the same as 4. And this side we still have 2x and 2x, okay? Right. So now we want to isolate our x here. So we're going to divide by 2 on this side, and we're going to divide by 2 on that side. Right, so the next line, we know that those two have cancelled out. X is equal to, and 2 will go into 4 twice. So x is equal to 2. So this one worked out very nicely. We have a nice whole number as an answer. Let's look at one more example. Okay, so yeah, we have our fraction as the denominator, and we have our the proportions that are set up here, either side of the equal sign, the ratios which are set up, and in proportion to each other, and we're just going to stick to our rules. That way first, that will be 1/3 x is equal to, and then let's do that way, 54. Okay, right, now we've got 1/3 is equal to 54, and we need to get rid of this little fraction here. So we're going to do an inverse. So we're going to multiply by 3 over 1, and we're going to multiply by 3 over here. Okay, so on the next line now we can see this has cancelled out. We are left with x, and let me just do this mentally. So 4 times 3 is 12. and that's 15/16. So the answer is 162. So don't feel that you need to go into panic and fear when you have your ratios and proportions containing fractions. If you apply the rules as they were in the previous lectures, you cross multiply and you apply all the rules of basic arithmetic, you will come out at the correct answers. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. Tomorrow we'll look at how to solve word problems with proportions.